All right, hockey fans, here we are. It is Saturday, October something or other. There's a date in here 13th, 20th, 19th, 18th. Today's the 18th. Saturday, October 18th, we have the visiting Ontario Hockey Academy in the maroon playing against the home team in white, Utica Junior Comets. This 18U AAA Tier 1 THF League game will be starting momentarily. You're welcome for the live stream. It is our pleasure to bring it. Able to provide this live stream because of our sponsors. Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, New York, next to the Dollar General. For all of your custom-made equipment, they do team wear, personal wear. You could have your own custom-made shirt, mug, you name it, they can put it on it. Including decals on vehicles. The official provider, the official source of the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence gear. Get your t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and more at Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, New York, next to the Dollar General. Power Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81 in Watertown for all of your hockey equipment needs. They've got a full line of CCM sticks and skates and equipment, including used equipment of various manufacturers. Find those at a discount inside at Power Play Sports, exit 47, Interstate 81 in Watertown. They've got an indoor sheet of synthetic ice, which people use to practice shooting, maybe test out some sticks. They've got an indoor sheet of real ice, which they use for skills, drills, clinics, and 3-on-3 leagues. So make sure you stop by Power Play Sports. Again, exit 47, Interstate 81 in Watertown. Dupree's Cleaning Services and Top-Notch Construction, Top-Notch Roofing, CNY.com for all of your roofing and construction needs in central New York, including Oswego County, points east, west, and south. We also have Glory Construction and Development for all of your new building and new structural construction needs. If you're going to have it built in his glory. Check him out. Contact information located in the notes section of this YouTube channel. Glory Construction and Development for Jefferson County, points north, south, and north, east, and west of Jefferson County, including dock, construction, and repair on Lake Ontario. Check them out, Glory Construction and Development. Streamside RV Park and Golf Course, located on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski, New York. 12 beautiful holes nestled around an incredible restaurant and an RV park. Streamside RV Park and Golf Course, Tinker Tavern Road, Pulaski, New York. If you want to be greenside, you got to be streamside. And Divots Restaurant and Bar, located at Streamside RV Park and Golf Course. Divots for some of the best food that you could find at a golf course. They've got excellent cooks, chefs, and a full selection of delicious cocktails. Restaurant and bar. Check them out. We'll begin in just about another minute as warm-ups continue here on rink number 1 at Utica University Nexus Center, the Moscow Vito Hyundai rink number 1, home of the Utica Junior Comets. All right, 17 minutes up on the clock. Officials just about ready. Some final handshakes. See what kind of deals can be made. Coach Bernard, some of his strikers over on the side were those NCDC players. Premier. Utica Junior Comets corralling around their goaltender.
Welcome to the European University Next between Ontario Hockey Academy and Northern Utica Comets. Now for some reminders. Ontario Hockey Academy have won 5
Starting for the Comets, number 8, James Law at forward. At forward, number 16, Jack Carpenter. At forward, number 23, Tyler Main. On defense, number 25, Chad Hall. And on defense, number 51, Andrew Whitley. And in goal, number 56 is Jackson. Jackson. And there we go. Canadian and United States national anthems have been played. We are moments away from puck drop. All right, head officials ready. Goalie Narcos is ready. Goalie Lee is ready. Oliver Gregor Janik facing off against Jack Carpenter, and there's a face-off. Face-off won by OHA. They pop that puck into the offensive zone, gets turned out, and they dump it back in again. Witchley back behind the net, picks this puck up in the corner, sends it up along the boards to Law at the hash mark. Law can't get it out, held in by Wood. Now puck comes out to Carpenter. Carpenter carries this into the neutral zone, sends this over to Law. Law misses it. That's going to go all the way down the length of the ice for an icing. We'll bring the face-off back down by Jackson Narcisse in the Utica zone. 16:37 remaining, and the heat is on. Extra warm here in rink number one. Fans still filtering in. Emmanuel Bedoin taking this face off against Colin Aceto. Comes back for Wood. Wood can't keep it. Puck goes out, and it's another icing. We'll do the face off again to the left side of Jackson Narcisse. Aceto again in for the face-off against Bedoin. There's the puck drop, won by Utica. LaBeouf, short pass off the boards. It makes its way up to Campbell. Campbell, hard time getting this out. Able to pass this up to, I think, Nucci. James sends this, or Janik sends this back behind his net. OHA coming out on the other side. Pass across to Janik is missed. Grabbed by LaBeouf. He turns his puck back. Hustling after it. 91. And we call that an icing, but looked to me like Nucci was there first. So we'll have another face-off down in the Utica zone. Kakabat taking a face-off for OHA, squaring off against Slater Sandor. Sandor moves his puck forward. OHA in the middle sends this in deep, short side shot by Iserhoff. Nice save made by Narcisse. Puck comes into the middle, picked up by Van Wee. He sends this off the boards, turned back by OHA at center ice. Returning back to pick this up in the corner is Chad Hull. Hull sends back up along the boards for Aiden. Aiden snaps this out into the neutral zone. OHA turns this back in and collected by Chad Hull. Hull to Sandor. Sandor, short pass up for Hinman. Hinman trying to dump this in, stopped by Tomek of OHA, just entering into the OHA zone. That pass up was missed by Kakabat, and that'll be an icing against OHA. Bring the face-off down to the OHA zone. Out on the ice, we got Dalin, Brewmain, and Backy out there on offense. Witchley and Rocco Weaver on D. Puck comes over for Witchley. Witchley battling, and Moses gets this by for OHA. Moses coming in, centering pass, shot blocked, and it dances across in the crease to the corner. It comes. Wood fires this in, tipped out in front, blocked. It falls down. It was caught in the legs of Weaver, and that gets covered up by Jackson Narcisse for the faceoff. Just under 15 minutes to go here in the first period. New forward line coming out for Utica. Back to line number one. Carpenter for the faceoff. James Law tried stepping up to pick that puck off. Turned back by OHA, though. Weaver gets this up to Tyler Main. Main not able to hold it. Coming back with it for Ontario. Oliver Janak. There's a shot taken by Moses, deflected away. Now back behind. Weaver Rocco tries passing that up, picked off by Janik. Janik cycling around at the faceoff dot. Now this puck finds its way into the neutral zone. Hustling over to it, Adam Wood. Wood's got Law on him, sends it across for Moses at the blue line, knocked away by Utica. Aiden Van Wee puts this into the offensive end, picked up by Adam Wood of OHA. He tries to get this out, held in by Utica. James Law battling. Oliver Janik takes this into the near corner, sends this up. Van Wee misses it, and that's going to be an icing. We'll bring the faceoff back down by Ocean Lee, the netminder for Ontario Hockey Academy. Drew Main taking the faceoff. Faceoff comes back. Aiden Van Wee shot fired off the stick of Lee into the netting. We'll have a faceoff on the other side. Or not. It'll be on this side. We've got fans up in the bar area watching the game, some in the stands. Drew Main trying to push that puck forward. Able to control it, sends this in back behind the net on the far side. Colin Aceto trying to pick this up, taken away by OHA. Held in at the blue line momentarily by Chad Hull. OHA passes this puck back. Jordan Laycock fires this all the way down. That puck is iced. We'll bring it back by Ocean Lee for another faceoff. Game's tied at 0 with just over 13 and a half minutes to go in the opening period. Slater Sandor taking the faceoff against Piette. Piette takes this back to the corner, sends this up along the half boards for Janik. Janik gets this out into the neutral zone. Verado almost took away. Piette has it. Bedoin shot, save made by Jackson. Puck goes over onto the side by the hash mark. Sandor gets this out. Here's Hinman. Daniel Hinman stopped at the half boards. Verano drops this back to the point. Shot fired, save made. Ocean Lee. The Rays music is on, and it's on loud. Kind of goes along well with this one LED light that keeps flashing on and off. And that face-off won by Utica. They can't keep it in the zone, though. Chad Hull going back to pick it up. Passes over to LaBeouf. LaBeouf sends this into the neutral zone. Grabbed by Wood of OHA. Puts this into the Utica zone. Hull grabs it. Hull passes to LaBeouf. LaBeouf puts it into traffic. Sandor gets it. Fires this all the way across for Hull. Hull can't catch up to it off the board. Morton Loshing picks this up for OHA. Turned back. Verano picks this up in the corner. Takes this into the trap zone. Centering pass. Swung on and missed by Daniel Hinman. Picked up by OHA. OHA out into the neutral zone. Quentin Kekabat picks this into the offensive end. Shot and a goal scored by Noah Brewer. Gets it to the outside and around Narcisse. So Ontario Hockey Academy breaks the seal first. Goal scored by number 6, Noah Brewer, assisted by number 9, Quentin Kekabat. 6 from 9, Brewer from Kekabat. Score time of the Ontario Hockey Association or Academy goal, 4:34 of the first period, and OHA leads 1-0. Xavier Backey couldn't keep that puck in. Coming back with it is Oliver Janik. Janik sends this over to the point. Wood fires this all the way across. Knocked out by Cameron Dallin. Dallin at the blue line. Short pass to Backey. Backey's got Drew Main in the middle. And that puck is knocked away by Adam Wood. Wood going after it, as is Backey. Backey can't get to it. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Tyler Main with it. Gives this to Witchley. Witchley feeds Drew. Drew can't catch that puck. Wood sends this across to his defensive mate, Loshing. Loshing fires this puck forward. Witchley picks this up at his end, can't get it out. Held in by Casco. He sends this around near side. James Law to Witchley. Witchley hits Carpenter. Carpenter gets this up to James Law over the blue line, trying to find his way around Laycock, and does. Couldn't get that centering pass off. Now it's there. Carpenter couldn't get a shot on goal. Loose puck picked up by Nicholas Piette. Piette gets us into the neutral zone, knocked away by Witchley to Hull. Grab by Oliver Janik. Janik sends this up. Witchley trying to find some space, turns this over to Janik. Janik takes this into the offensive end, and that gets sent into the audience, and we'll have a face-off in the Utica zone. 1-0. Ontario leads Utica here in the first inning with 10:52 to go in the first period. If somebody could send Brett Law a text and let him know that this game is live on my channel. We've got a missing stick, and that puck gets covered up by Jackson Narcissus for the save. $10:29 to go in this opening period. 1-0 OHA lead over Utica. Slater Sandar taking the face-off against Boudoin. And here's Verano coming in on a breakaway. Mark Verano in, a shot. Save! Loose puck covered up by Ocean Lee. The blade of his right skate making that save. I thought Sandor was going to have that one. So did Slater. But Ocean Lee, with his go-go gadget right leg, able to get that foot out there. Face-off won by OHA. Morton Loshing takes his puck around, and that ends up hitting a body on his own bench. We'll have a face-off in the zone of OHA. Noah Brewer facing off against Jack Carpenter. Brewer drives this puck forward. It goes to Drew Main, who sends this across. Puck is back in the trap zone, played by Tyler Main. Picked up James Law. Law back to Aiden Van Wee. Van Wee wind up shot off the glove. Loose puck. Carpenter couldn't bury. Takes this over to the corner. Knocked into the boards by Loshing. And coming out with this is OHA. Loses his puck at the blue line. James Law turns around, tries jumping in. Held out, though, by Adam Wood. Comes to Tyler Main. Shot, save made. Rebound, Tyler with it. Tyler sends this in deep off the backboard. Comes up near side. Aiden Van Wee trying to get around his defender. Make something happen. This puck goes between the legs of LaBeouf. Chasing it down. Quentin Backabat picks his puck up in the corner. Sends this back up to the face-off dot. Aiden Van Wee steals it for Utica. Aiden Van Wee weaving his way into the neutral zone. Has that puck knocked away. Tyler Main sends this across. Moses dumps this in for OHA. Picked up by Joseph LeBeouf. LeBeouf short backhand up to Tyler. Tyler gets us out into the neutral zone for it. Backey sends this down to the corner. Chases after it. Has Tobias Tomek on him. Tomek picks his puck up. Passes to Moses. Moses tries sending this back into the middle. Cameron Dallin misses that puck. And that's an offside by OHA. We'll have a face-off in the neutral zone with 8:54 go in this opening period. OHA leads Utica 1-0. Shots on goal, 5 for Utica, 3 for OHA. Drew Main with the face-off against Janik. Janik wins. Puck comes back, sent across the zone by Chad Hull. Hull to Witchley. Witchley back to Chad. Chad fires this up to Dalin. Dalin has this knocked away. Picked up by Milan Casco. Taken away by Witchley. Witchley bank pass to Backy. Backy not able to catch it. Tomek picks this up for OHA. D pass gets us up into the neutral zone for Casco. Casco toss this up to Moses. Moses shot, save made, rebound cleared up. Cameron Dalin picks this up in his own zone. Dalin through the neutral zone. Dalin trying to stay wide of Tobias Tomek. Shot fired, save made by Lee. Rebound picked up by Drew Witchley. Witchley centering pass is stolen by Oliver Janik. OHA has to check up on sides while they do. Drew Main takes that puck and hands it off to Witchley. 8 minutes to go in this period. Witchley crosses over the center line, dumps that puck in, goes off for his chain. And the official should have been called for interference against Nicholas Piette. I'm going to sit that official down for 2 minutes. Wonder how that would work out. That puck gets dumped in, and that's an icing. And we'll bring the faceoff back down to the OHA end of the arena. Manuel Bedoin is taking the faceoff against Colin Aceto. Aceto pulls this over to the side. Puck comes back from Van Wee. Aiden can't keep it in. Has to cycle this back into the neutral zone. Team checks up on sides. He tries firing a forward. Wood grabs it and dumps it in. Weaver picks it up in the far corner. Rocco trying to clear this out. Knocked back in by Bedoin. Puck comes out for Aceto. Aceto at the blue line with Campbell. Aceto tried toe dragging, couldn't get that shot off. Nice defensive move by Josiah Eiserhoff. Puck comes out, Bedoin taking it. Bedoin one-on-one against Weaver. Gets that shot off and drops Weaver down, or Van Wee down. Net gets knocked off, but the puck's going the other way. Referee's going to fix that net while Campbell picks this up in the corner. Campbell can't keep it. Puck taken away by Adam Wood. Wood and his trap is the safety of his trap. Wood tries popping this up, tipped by Campbell. Witchley passes this back to Hull. Hull gives it to Sandor. Sandor back to Hull. Hull skates up to his own blue line, fires this forward, tipped by Verano. So no icing. Grabbed in the trapezoid by OHA. Now Janik has it in the corner, sends this through the trapezoid for Adam Wood. Wood trying to pull this along with him. Sandor steps up, passes back to Hull at the point. Hull couldn't keep it. He was stepping away from the boards, looking for a center point pass. He gives this over to Witchley. Witchley back up. Daniel Hinman. Pass over to Sandor, and Sandor not able to pull the trigger. Loose puck stepping up. Hull to Sandor. Sandor winds up. Shot tipped in front by Hinman, and it goes into the corner. Not able to be put on net. Noah Brewer gets this out, which returns it back. Sandor dumps it in. Verano going after it. In the trapezoid, puck played on by Morton Loshing. Loshing backhands this over for Eiserhoff. We got 5.5 minutes to go in the first period. Puck comes up along the boards for Witchley. He tries firing it, gets deflected by Brewer into the neutral zone. Van Wee picks it up, gives this to Verano. Verano, a 2-on-4, loses his puck. Van Wee picks it up, and that puck is taken away by Brewer. Brewer gets this into the neutral zone, waiting for it, though. Joseph LeBeouf. LeBeouf puts this on the near side. Loshing grabs it and dumps his puck in. Jackson Narcisse not able to pause that in the trapezoid. Puck comes up on the far side. Not Joseph. That was Jack Carpenter. Couldn't take that puck with him. Aiden Van Wee back to put a hit on Milan Casco. Shot fired. Moses. Save made. Jackson. Rebound shot taken by Oliver Janik. Save made. Casco takes this through the trapezoid and he gives it to Janik. Janik on the near side coming around. Tried passing it, goes off of Verano's skate. Another pass gets blocked by Utica, and this gets cleared by Daniel Hinman, and that's going to be an icing, a welcomed icing, with 4.5 minutes to go in this opening period. 1-0 OHA leads. Shots on goal in favor of Utica, 7-6 with 4:32 to go in the opening period. Jack Carpenter taking the faceoff against Manuel Beaudoin. Beaudoin pulls this back. Janik sends this in deep in the trapezoid. Going after it is Piette. Piette on the far side drops this back into the corner. OHA cycles this around up to the point position. Now at the center point, trying to get past forward, blocked by Law. Janik sends this in deep to the half boards. Play there by Tomek. Janik. Now Carpenter. Carpenter sends this around for Tyler Main. Tyler plays this off the boards. He's got time. Passes this up for Jack Carpenter. Carpenter loses it. Witchley there, though. Pushes this puck forward. It goes right to Tomek for OHA. Tomek, D-to-D pass. Now sent up into the neutral zone for Beaudoin. Beaudoin brings us into the O zone. Puck knocked away by Chad Hall in the trapezoid. Beaudoin picks it up, looking for somebody to pass to. James Law knocks this free. Carpenter picks his puck up. Off the board pass taken by Witchley. Witchley into the neutral zone. Stops short. Trying to shake his defender. Pass this off the boards. Collected by Wood. Back to Witchley. Wood gets this to Janik. Janik into the offensive end. Janik winds up. Shot. Kick. Save. Rebound goes over to the far boards. Grabbed by Drew Main. Drew Main into the neutral zone. 1-on-3 while everybody else changes. Drew Main carrying the weight of Utica on his shoulders. Puck turned over. OHA sends this out to the neutral zone. Sent up for Dalin. Dalin touches into the O zone. Puck grabbed by Kakabat. Drew Main to Dalin to Kakabat. Now popped out by Loshing. In the neutral zone, battle for this puck, won by Rocco Weaver. Weaver into the O zone. Shot, save. Maine knocks that out of the air, and it's a high stick as it goes on net, and then played by Drew Maine. So high stick on Rocco Weaver will have a face-off in the neutral zone. Oh, no, he's going to go all the way down? What kind of nonsense is that? I'd be arguing if I was the coach. Just one zone, not two. 2:46 to go in this first period. Face-off won by OHA. Sent into the corner by Colin Moses. Centering pass. Moses shot and a goal. Moses from Oliver Janik. So that is Ontario Hockey Academy goal scored by number 71, Colin Moses, assisted by number 85, Oliver Gregor Janik. 71 from 85. Time of the OHA goal, 14:20 of the first period, and they lead 2-0. Centering pass, 1T, misses, goes wide. On the far side, held in by OHA, allegedly. Laycock trying to play that, loses it. Aiden Van Wee passes this over to the kid wearing Nucci's jersey. Not Nucci, in deep. Or maybe it is Nucci. Van Wee to Nucci. Loose puck, Van Wee couldn't get it. Comes out to Gavin Aceto. He fires that. It goes right into the cup of Colin Moses. Moses coming back with it. Moses has Hull. Hull able to tip that puck away, deflects that puck back behind the goal. Nucci grabs this over and brings us into the neutral zone. Cuts behind Campbell, tries passing it to him. Campbell doesn't know because the puck goes behind him. Taken by Tobias Tomek. Witchley centering pass, blocked. Grabbed by Oliver Janik, 1.5 minutes to go. Kakabat sends this onto the far side. Tomek picks it up, brings this into the neutral zone, over the center line. Tomek into the O zone. Puck knocked away by Rocco Weaver. Weaver, short pass to Campbell. Campbell sends this up along the boards for Nucci. And he dumps that in and goes off for a change. OHA falls down, coming in. Slater Sandor centering pass again. Witchley tried to spin around, shot. Save made by Ocean Lee. 1:07 to go in this 2-0 game led by OHA. Hinman to take the face-off against Bowdoin. Hinman pulls his back to Sandor's shot, knocked into the corner by Morton Loshing. OHA able to clear that. Hustling back after it is Joseph LaBeouf. Grabs his puck, takes this into the trapezoid, avoids Lucas Janik. Puck turned over. 1 minute of play remaining in this period. Puck gets passed up into the neutral zone. Taken away by Manuel Bowdoin. Bowdoin passes over for Adam Wood. Wood sends this into the neutral zone. Daniel Hinman takes it and dumps this back into the OHA zone. Puck sent around on the far side. Sandor pulls that in. Trying to hit Hinman. One team missed. Puck comes all the way up. Aiden Van Wee can't hold it in the zone. He's got to dump it in, and Utica's got to check up on sides. While they do, Adam Wood resets his offense from the trapezoid. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Van Wee with it. Curls around, tries sending this up for Sandor. Dump back in by Piette. 8 seconds. Van Wee fires this forward for Verano. Can't get it. Daniel Hinman, can he get the last shot off? He cannot. And Tomek going to be the last person to touch that puck. After one period of play, it is the Ontario Hockey Association 2, Utica Junior Comets 0, and we'll be back in a minute. All right, second period faceoff. Blue Maine down after that puck gets turned back out into the neutral zone. OHA trying to turn this back. It's picked up by Witchley. Witchley passes up to Drew. Drew had Cameron leading him, but not able to get that puck to him. Loose puck. Cameron battling, sends this forward for Drew. Drew with it, out in front. Shot, save made, rebound. Maine there, as is Backy, and that is held onto by Ocean Lee. Drew Maine wins that draw, takes that shot, save made. Rebound picked up by Morton Loshing, comes around on the near side, gets his puck out into the neutral zone. Backy chases it back and grabs it for Utica. Bank pass, he tried to made to Drew Maine, cut off by Adam Wood. He turns his puck back. Lucas Janik with it in the zone. Janik shot and a goal. And not Janik, I'm sorry, that was Bowdoin. Manuel Bowdoin with that shot and the goal. So Ontario goal scored by number 29, Manuel Bedoin. Time of the goal, 0:48 of the second period, and OHA leads Utica 3-0. Face off won by OHA. They send this puck off the boards. Paul picks it up, passes back to Witchley. Witchley sends this back over to Hull. Hull to Witchley. Witchley crosses to Tyler Main. Tyler into the ozone shot. And that's a stick save by Ocean Lee. Coming out with this puck, Tobias Tomac. Tomac over the blue line, dumps this. Janik gives it to Janik. He dumps this in for Tomac. Tomac in the corner. Tobias loses that battle. Jack Carpenter comes out with that puck, trying to get it to Main. Janik takes it away in the slot. Reaching back, Law pulls this puck into the neutral zone, takes down Janik. Carpenter takes this puck with him. Carpenter, shot, save, made, rebound, goes back to Carpenter. Dump back behind the goal by OHA, comes all the way out into the neutral zone. Grabbed by Rocco Weaver. Weaver trying to crisscross this over. Stopped by Bedoin. Bedoin with this puck. Back into the trapezoid, passes out to the point for Laycock. Laycock shot, blocked in front, grabbed by Chad Hull. Sandor the Main. Tyler drops this off for Daniel Hinman. Hinman shot, saved me. Sandor can't get the rebound. Aiden Van Week picks this up, coming in, gives this over to Slater. Slater tied up. Aiden comes over. He pulls his puck out, drops this back to the point for Verano. Verano shot, save, rebound picked up by Morton Loshing. Loshing from his trapezoid rips this around onto the near side. Stopped by Verano. Comes out Hinman. Now Weaver. Rocco sends this towards the corner. OHA picking it up at the hash mark. Clears this down. Aiden Van Wee back in his own zone to pick this puck up. Skates this over his end line into his trapezoid. Stopped short. Lets Kakaback go one way. He sends a puck the other way for Verano. Verano cutting across in front of his own goal. Josiah Eiserhoff there to cause some trouble. Puck is turned over and turned over again. Rocco Weaver with this, sends this through the neutral zone. Taken by Adam Wood. Wood. Short pass up for Brewer. Brewer gets this into the neutral zone. Kakaback couldn't hold it. Sends this into the corner. Going after it, Colin Moses. Moses back to Kakaback. Kakaback taken out behind the net. Van Wee trying to pick up that loose puck. Van Wee sends us up along the boards for Hinman. Can't get it to him as Colin Moses steals this. Moses back into the office. Sends us up to the point for Loshing. Loshing center point. Shot fired, slowed down by Sandor. I got to get some water over here. Lansing shot blocked by Weaver. Lansing sends this all the way across. Adam Wood tries popping that in. A block by Daniel Hinman. Back out to the point for Loshing. Loshing fires this in. Save made by Narcus. He's going to hold on to that for the faceoff. Colin Aceto with the faceoff for Utica by driving his puck up and out. Not able to. Colin Moses with this, sends this back to the point. Ripped from the point, save made by Jackson. Rebound collected by Aceto. Aceto sends this up, grabbed by Laycock in the neutral zone. He pops this into the Utica end. And Utica played out by Witchley to Dallin. Thanks, Ryan. And that puck goes out of play. They're really good. OHA Janik back behind his net. Passes it up on the near side by Piette. Hull holds that in. Tyler Main with it. Main over to Drew. Shot wide. Comes all the way up to Witchley at the point. Witchley fires this diagonally into the corner. OHA able to play that puck out. Piette, Laycock dumps that puck in. Witchley picks it up at the edge of the trapezoid. Skates this up. Tried short passing it to Tyler, and it's taken away by OHA. Laycock sends it up. Piette fires that. Bedoin gets a piece of it. Bedoin with it on the far side. In the middle, Tyler Main with this puck, a little short flick. Laycock fires it back, blocked in front by his teammate. Laycock sends this into the corner for Janik. Hull sends that around Tomek. Hull puts a check on Tomek, centering pass, nobody there. Piette takes it away. Stepping up is Daniel Hinman. Couldn't keep that puck though. Now coming back with it, Manuel Bedoin. Bedoin has a goal already. Fires that deflected by Van Wee into the corner. And Sandor trying to play that puck. Daniel Hinman picks it up. Hinman passes all the way across for Verano. Verano over the blue line, couldn't get around Loshing. Aiden Van Wee with this puck in the neutral zone. Fires this in. Picked up by Nicholas Piette. Loshing goes down. Verano comes around with the puck. That puck gets cleared by Brewer high off the glass. Aiden Van Wee retreats back to his zone to pick this puck up. Puck dumped in by Noah Brewer. OHA checks up onside. Van Wee gets this puck. Feeds it over to LeBoeuf. LeBoeuf backhand shot by OHA goes across the paint into the corner. Verano trying to get it out. LeBoeuf had it for a moment. Now it comes to Verano. He fires that. That gets deflected off of Brewer. But they're going to leave the faceoff in the zone. Shot, save, rebound. Grabbed by him. Not Nucci. Puck brought over, taken away by Tomek of OHA. Goes into the corner. Now Cole Campbell has it. Campbell pressed up against the boards by Oliver Janik. Puck comes up on the near side. Hull off the boards. Couldn't get the shot off as Janik takes it away. Janik into the corner. He's got two Comets on him. Puck comes up for Bisky Casco. He sends that down, taken away by Nucci. Now Witchley. Witchley, short pass up for Campbell. Campbell at the blue line. Fired by Nucci. And doesn't get very far. Campbell sends this over to the boards. Campbell pulls it off, trying to get it to Rocco. Comes back out to the point. Weaver grabs this, fires this in, and it's picked up by Tobias Tomek. Janik with this puck at the blue line. Dumps this in. LeBoeuf picking this puck up, taking it up on the far side. LeBoeuf fires it. Glove down by Adam Wood. LeBoeuf goes down. Morton Loshi grabs this puck, comes out back. He grabs it at the top of the slot. And gets deflected off of Adam Wood's skate, goes into the corner. Drew May not able to get to it. Puck comes out for Nicholas Piette. Bedoin shot off the stick of Aiden Van Wee and into the netting while the faceoff in the zone. Van Wee grabs that puck off the faceoff, fires it back behind the net for Backy. Backy takes us out into the neutral zone. Backy into the O-zone. Shot, save made, rebound, grabbed by OHA. Godoy coming out with this for OHA. Gets by Dalin, gets around the book, takes that shot, misses. Loshing can't keep it in. Dalin going after it. Goes the wrong way. Loshing coming back with this puck. At the blue line in. Loshing tries taking that shot. LeBouf blocks it, goes over to the side. Aiden Van Wee snaps this off the boards, and that's going to be an icing. Jack Carpenter facing off against Brewer. Brewer wins. Laycock shot fired. That gets deflected in front. Back off to Brewer for taking that shot. Save made. Tyler Main gets this out. Gives this to Jimmy Law. Law chasing after that puck. Law has a piece of it in the corner. Gets it to Tyler. Tyler back to Chad. Chad Hall fires that. Law missed the tip. Puck goes into the far corner. Josiah Eiserhoff picks that up for OHA. Can't get it out. Held in by Witchley through the trapezoid. Tyler Main's going to go get it in the corner. Pulls it by Tobias Thomas. Law comes over and I don't know what he called. I thought if anything it was going to be a hand pass on Law, but we'd have the face off in the neutral zone then. So who knows? Carpenter battling for that face-off. James Law comes over, oversteps that puck, picked up by Oliver Gregor Janik. Coming around with that puck, shot, save made. Hull knocks it down. Puck picked up by Colin Moses, sends it back out to Laycock at the point. Laycock, shot fired, blocked by Tyler Main. Tyler feeds it out to Carpenter. Carpenter coming in and forced wide by Jordan Laycock. And we're going to get a holding penalty against Laycock. So Ontario Hockey Academy penalty number 46, Jordan Laycock, 2-minute minor for holding. Number 46, 2 minutes, hold. Time of the holding penalty, 10:55 of the second period. And it's a Utica Junior Comets power play. Weaver passes over to Van Wee. Van Wee knocks that into the O-zone. Tried to get played out. Shot and a goal! Daniel Hinman with the power play goal! Utica Junior Comets power play goal scored by number 15, Daniel Hinman. Assisted by number 19, Rocco Weaver. 15 from 19, Hinman from Weaver. Time of the Junior Comets power play goal, 11:12 of the second period. And they now trail 3-1. Battle for that puck, grabbed by Weaver, and he ices it. Bring the faceoff back down to the Utica end. Andor in for the faceoff. Faceoff won by OHA. Puck comes over to Loshing. Loshing into the slot. Shot. Save made by Jackson Narcus. Aiden Van Wee avoiding getting clobbered. Andor coming in. Lucas Janik just trying to hit somebody, and Looks like he's in a headlock. That'll teach you. Van Wee nudges this puck over to Hinman. Hinman tried sending this out for Aceto. And it's going to be no icing as Verano gets to that puck first. OHA coming back with it. Nicholas Piette. Piette drops this puck off for Janik. Janik across, stopped by Hull. And Chad knocks that puck into the corner, rips this back into the trapezoid for Witchley. And Witchley picks this puck up, and he's going to skate this up on the near side. Witchley off the board for Verano. Verano tried touching into the Ozo, not able to. Witchley grabs this from the center line and dumps his puck in, played on by Ocean Lee. Puck sent around on the near side, Loshing in there for OHA. As is Hinman, puck comes away on the stick of Morton Loche. Gets this to Kakabat. Kakabat gets by a falling Witchley. Shot fired. Hits the side of the net. Rebound picked up by Chad Hull. Hull passes out into the neutral. Goes right to Laycock. Laycock sends this in. Hinman misses his check. That puck sent down. Caught by Tomek. Tomek to Brewer. Brewer barely over. Puck turned back by Slater. Laycock sends that in. Witchley tries to glove it while OHA checks up on sides. That ends up being a shot on net. Save made by Ocean Lee. Ospito takes that away. Finds his way to Campbell. Campbell trying to get a shot off, and that gets covered up by Ocean Lee. If only Campbell was able to do a between-the-legs backhand shot, he would have had a beauty there. 3:29 to go in the second period. OHA with 3 goals, Utica with 1. OHA wins another faceoff. Laycock sends it around behind the net, picked off by Drew Main. Turns this back over, though. Puck jumped in by Tomek. Bisky Casco with it. Loses this to Drew Main. Drew to Dallin. Dallin turns it over to Moses. Moses loses this puck to Van Wee. Drew Main trying to get around Laycock. Battle for that puck in the corner. Aceto not able to keep it. Puck gets cleared out. Chad Hull picks it up. Hull off the boards. Dallin passes this across to Aiden Van Wee. Van Wee over the blue line. Comes in right side. Camps up. Shot. Save made. Rebound. Goes too far of Dallin. Dallin puts the check in. And that puck is held in the zone by Chad Hull. Reaching back for it, though, is Tobias Tomek. Puck stays in. Drew Main stops short at the face-off dot. Sends this back out to the point for Hull, and Hull can't keep it in. Witchley fans on that puck. Knocked forward by Bisky Casco, and OHA crosses offside for the backup goalie, or the other goalie, I should say, Verasic, touched the puck. That was faced off in the neutral zone. Carpenter pushes that puck forward. James Law going after it. Puck knocked out by Adam Wood. Shot save. Rebound comes over to the side. Jack Carpenter picks it up. Passes it back to Hull. Hull misses. Witchley goes to the corner to play on that. Nicholas Piette came over and forced him to dish that puck. Hull sends that up. Loshing catches it in the neutral zone. Passes it over to Adam Wood. Wood into the offensive end. Low shot. Save made. Goes up high. Settled down by OHA. Bedoin sends this all the way across for Janet. Loshing, shot fired, save made, rebound, picked up by Chad Hull. Soft pass up for Tyler Main. Does not really make it to him. It was Tyler's third effort that got to that puck. Carpenter to Tyler, back to Carpenter, back to Tyler, it's a goal! What awesome puck movement! Utica Junior Comets. Utica Junior Comets goal scored by number 23, Tyler Main, assisted by number 16, Jack Carpenter. 23 from 16, Tyler Main from Jack Carpenter. Time of the Utica Junior Comets even strength goal, 15:41 of the second period. They trail 3-2 now. Sander going in for the faceoff, wins it. LaBeouf pulls this puck back and gives it to Rocco. Weaver over the blue line. Fans on that. Center pass, Verano! Daniel Hinman with the goal! And the game is tied! Utica Junior Comets even strength goal scored by number 15, Daniel Hinman, assisted by number 7, Mark Verano, from number 19, Rocco Weaver, 15 from 7 from 19. Hinman from Verano from Weaver. Time of the Utica Junior Comets even strength goal, 15:53 of the second period. And there is 1 minute of play remaining in the second period of this tie game. 3 goals apiece. Hinman centering back, shot, goal, Mark Verano! Oh, and Utica has found their groove. 3 unanswered goals. 4 unanswered goals by Utica, starting with the power play goal. This goal scored by number 7, Mark Verano, assisted by number 15, Daniel Hinman. Verano from Hinman, 7 from 15. Time of the Utica Junior Comets, even strength goal, 16:10 of the second period. And we've got a timeout for Ontario Hockey Academy as they now trail 4-3. 49.9 seconds remaining in the second period before we have our ice cut. Drew Main, Xavier Backey, and Cameron Dallin out there on the forward line for Utica. Lotion grabs this for OHA, dumps his puck in. Witchley back to get it. Less than 40 seconds. Now Backey, pass, gets missed. Hull picks up the loose puck. Hull into the neutral zone, turns out over to Colin Moses. Moses trying to come back. Backey all over him. Oh, he gave it to Casco. Shot, save made. In the corner, Moses, Hull, battling. Puck is loose. Stepping up is Martin Loshing. Sends this around behind the net. Whiskey Casco gets into the corner. Witchley trying to tie him up. And that'll do it. At the end of 2 periods of play, it is the Utica Junior Comets 4 and the Ontario Hockey Association, Academy, Ontario Hockey Academy 3. We'll be back with fresh ice in just a few minutes.
Girl, I know I don't know you. It's pretty little lights so blue are pulling me in. Like the moon on the street. I'm so glad you trusted me to slide up on this dusty sea and let your hair down. Get out of town. Got the stars moving out over my hood. You know what I know now is it's rolling good. You got your hands up. You're rocking in my truck. You got the radio on. You're singing every song. I'm set on cruise control. I'm so into the second pole of everything I got. You're looking so damn hot.
We can't stop this real world. What? Oh yeah, yeah, right. That's good.
Oh, yes, what box?
All right, third and final period about to begin. Utica Junior Comets with 4 goals and 22 shots on goal. Ontario Hockey Academy with 3 goals off of 21 shots. 17 minutes up on the clock for the third and final period. There is a lot of water out there. This period's going to start off slow. That Zamboni dumped oodles and oodles of agua. Aceto in for the face-off against Oliver Janik. Face-off won by Aceto. Sends this puck back for Hull. Hull misses it, and that's going to get covered up by Jackson Narcisse. So Aceto and Moses this time. Aceto wins the draw, pulls it back for Weaver. Not able to get sent out, and yes, it is. And not Nucci picks his puck up, sends this all the way down, chased after by Loshing. Loshing picks this up in his trapezoid, comes around, loses that puck in the puddle. Visky Casco with it, passes this over to Moses. Moses brings this over the blue line, loses it, but then regains possession. Centering pass gets blocked by Rocco. And that goes into the far corner, pass back to Moses. Centering pass gets deflected away. And another centering pass makes its way all the way back up to the point. Wood with it, fires this in. Kick saved by Narcisse. Picked up at the far point by Loshing. Loshing couldn't get it in. Now it finally gets jumped in by Wood. Visky Casco tied up by Hull. Hull trying to get this puck out. Hull with a check back there, and Aceto picks this puck up, rides the rail all the way around. Wood stops it and trips over Campbell. This puck comes out and not touched by Nucci. It's going to get covered up by Ocean Lee. Well, the face-off to the right side of Ocean. Daniel Hinman is going to take the face-off against Manuel Baudouin. Baudouin? Yeah. Witchley fires that, gets deflected, goes back into the trapezoid. Verano loses it in the lake that's back there, or the ocean, I should say. Puck comes up to the point. Aiden Van Weed brings this up into the corner, gives this to Sandor. Sandor loses it, punched in the face by Nicholas Piette, and that's going to be a penalty. He's going to call that roughing. So it is an Ontario Hockey Academy penalty, number 26, Nicholas Piette. 2-minute minor for roughing, number 26, 2 minutes rough. Time of the minor penalty, 1:32 of the third period, and it's a Utica Junior Comets power play. This puck comes out into the neutral zone, collected by Witchley. Witchley tried passing this over for Verano, not able to. Oh, Verano blocks it, keeps that puck in. Can't stay with it, though. Jordan Laycock trying to get it out. Sandor loses that puck. Verano falls down in a lake. That puck is just stuck over there. Sandor trying to make some space. Checked by Brewer. Sandor shot, save made. Rebound grabbed by Laycock. Sends this over to the half board. And that is gripped and a rip by Noah Brewer. Fires this all the way down on net. Save made by Jackson. Gets that ball out to Verano. Verano ran into another puddle. Put this back behind the net for Witchley. Here comes Witchley. Passes puck to Drew Main. Drew feeds this up to Law. James chasing after it. Can't get there. Drew loves that puck down. Can't keep it with him. Witchley holds it in, though, and dumps that puck in deep. Going back to play on it. Slater Sandor has this wrapped up with Morton Loshing. Loshing, Sandor, Drew Main trying to pull that puck out. Feeds this out on the one side. Gets this by Loshing. Sends this up to the half boards. And Jack Carpenter couldn't get there in time. Uses his body to block that clearing. And this puck is sent across the zone by Bisky Casco. Witchley in his own end passes this puck across to Jack Carpenter. Mind you, 34 seconds remaining in the player advantage for Utica. Sandor trying to pull this by Wood. And that puck gets grabbed in the slot by Morton Loshing. He dumps it and calls for a change. Coming on for him is Tobias Tomek. Puck passed up to Carpenter, 15 seconds to go. Daniel Hinman over the blue line. Hinman makes his move to get around Adam Wood. Centering pass gets deflected. Rico Weaver shot. Save made. Rebound goes to the corner. 3 seconds to go in the player advantage. Aiden Van Wee back to Carpenter. Carpenter sends this in towards the slot. It gets deflected back out. Carpenter can't keep it in. Teams return to even strength on the ice. Nichols Piette going after it. Couldn't get it. Baudouin with this puck. Shot deflected by Weaver. Goes back onto the far side. Tyler Main feeds this up to Aiden Van Wee. Van Wee trying to shovel his puck forward, and that's going to be a hand pass on OHA. Oh, we're gonna keep it in the same zone? I thought you're supposed to move a zone down. When Utica did it in the offensive zone, they moved it all the way to the defensive zone. Now that OHA had a hand pass in the neutral zone, it stays in the neutral zone. Well, that's an icing. That'll bring this puck all the way back down by Jackson Narcissus. 13 minutes to go in this game. Utica leads 4-3. Back to back. Sliding in to take the face-off against Drew Main. Face-off won by OHA. Tomek fires that. Gets deflected by Backey. Here goes Dalin. Off. Dalin trying to come in and shot. And glove save made by Ocean Lee. Nice try by Dalin trying to go low glove side. But Ocean able to get his glove down there in time. Drew Main with another face-off. Pulls this puck back. Chad Hull couldn't get the shot off. Able to send that towards the corner. Dalin passes this back up for Backey. Backey takes this into the corner. Loses this puck as it slides into the trapezoid. Oliver Janik gets this for OHA. Passes it around to Bixby Casco. He feeds this up for Colin Moses. Moses couldn't get it. Gets a shot off. Save made. Chad Hull picks up the rebound. Gives this to Dalin. Dalin open ice check. Main takes out a player. This puck finds the stick of Wood. Wood fires this up, goes off the board for Bisky Casco. Casco over the blue line, stopped by Chad Hull. Hull to Dalin. Dalin sends this behind the net for Witchley. Witchley sends this up along the boards. Janik able to hold this in, fires this back, goes through the trapezoid. Chad Hull going after it in the corner, gets checked by Milan Bisky Casco. Centering pass taken by Witchley, and Witchley clears this puck, and that's going to be held on by Ocean Lee. He fires this up into the neutral zone, and it makes its way to Tomek. Tomek chasing it down to the corner, knocked away. Janik loves this puck down, moves into the slot. Aceto pulls this puck away. Nucci going after it. Puck turned back. Oliver Janik back to pick up the puck. Oliver in his trapezoid has Aceto keeping him honest. Oliver sends this up, knocked down by Janik. Finds a stick of Nooch, fires, shot, save, rebound, Aceto, save, made, Ocean Lee. 11:19 to go in this third and final period. Colin Aceto in to take the face-off against Manuel Baudoin. Aceto wins the draw. Puck comes over to Aiden Van Wee. Van Wee steps up, winds up, shot off the glove of Lee. Comes all the way out to the point for Weaver. Rocco fires this into the corner. Gavin Aceto back to play. Goes into the trapezoid. Leaves it there. Overskates that puck. Dives back to get this to the corner for Cole Campbell. Campbell back to the point for Weaver. Weaver toss this puck up. Here goes Nicholas Piette, and he falls down. Aiden Van Wee sends this puck all the way around. Manuel Baudoin trying to get it. Nucci there playing it. Puck goes to Aceto. Gavin sends this up. Touched forward by Campbell. Campbell can't keep it. Aceto steps up trying to steal this puck away from Loshing. Loshing sends this into the neutral zone. And that gets dumped in by Witchley. Andrew Witchley back to play on that puck. Puts a check on Adam Wood after Wood releases his puck into the neutral zone. Verano send it back. Played on by Lee. Sandor almost into the goal. Lee not working so good on the geometry there. Adam Wood fans on that puck. Hinman over to get it. Gets checked by Baudoin. Now Wood comes over. Hinman still staying up. Ball. That's a puck. Comes out. And with it is Kakabat. Kakabat trying to play on it. Nice check by Verano to knock Kakabat off that puck. Kakabat picks it up, comes around on the near side. Sliding around in front of him. Daniel Hinman. Kakabat puts this into the slot. Shot and miss. Goes back behind the goal and into the corner. Sandor gets checked. Loose puck picked up by Kakabat. Centering pass. Shot. Goal! Noah Brewer from Kakabat. And look at this nonsense we've got going on. Six from nine. Kakabat, 9. Sandor still down, holding his shoulder. Sandor is holding his elbow. I don't know if it's his elbow or his shoulder or his arm. Medical staff coming onto the ice to check him out. Ontario Hockey Academy penalty number 91, Lucas Janik, 2-minute minor, I believe, for roughing. Yeah, they're checking Sandor's right collarbone. Huh? Sandor. It looks like he's going to be okay. And Slater's going to go to the locker room. I think he might be done for the day. Hull's going with him, probably to help him take off some of his equipment. Ref's trying to figure out whose stick that is. He in there for roughing? Roughing. So yeah, Ontario penalty number 91, Lucas Janik, 2-minute minor for roughing. Oh, holding. Holding, sorry. Janik is in there for holding, not roughing. Time of the minor penalty, 7:25, and it's a Utica Junior Comets power play with the puck. Morton Loshing drives this into the corner, picking it up. Oliver Janik. Puck sent around near side. Carpenter collects it. Carpenter into his trapezoid, has Moses keeping him honest, passes his puck up for Hinman. Hinman loses it at the blue line, comes back to Carpenter. Carpenter long off the boards, played by Jack Carpenter. Carpenter over the blue line, into the slot, loses that puck. It's knocked away and cleared by Colin Moses. Rocco Weaver back to pick that puck up. Weaver passes to Carpenter. Carpenter in the neutral zone, feeds Tyler Main. Tyler drifts back, centering pass, missed by everybody. Picking up off the corner is Daniel Hinman. Hinman falls down. It must be slippery over there by that Moosehead. Rocco back to play that puck in front of his own goal. Rocco, long pass, caught by Laycock. Laycock gives it to Brewer. Brewer passes it back to Tomek. Tomek to Laycock. Laycock looking, feeds this up for Bisky Casco. He touches this into the offensive end. Witchley back to collect it. Witchley coming around on the near side. Hard pass out for Law. Law not able to catch it. Tomek takes that puck away. Got Law, Witchley, Dalin, Hinman, Verano out on the ice. Hinman goes off. Drew Main comes on. Verano skating up with this puck. Has Law in front of him. He's taken out by Nicholas Piette. And that puck gets cleared. Missed behind the net by Jackson Narcus. Oh, this is just pathetic hockey going on here. Narcus almost pops that up to Piette. Puck goes across to Dallin. Dallin brings it to the offensive end to Law. Shot deflected away by Tobias Tomek, and the team's return to even trick. Janik with the hit from behind on Witchley. He's in open ice, so we'll let it go. Drew Main pulls that puck over. Main, centering pass, gets intercepted by Nicholas Piette. Piette feeds this up to Janik. Janik into the O-zone. Challenged by Witchley. Shot misses. Off the glass, Verano can't get it. Bringing that puck back forward. Kakabat. Kakabat goes into the trapezoid, leaves that puck with Janik. Janik sends it up center point. Wood shot. Save made by Jackson Narcus. 7:04 to go in regulation. We are tied at 4 goals apiece. Kakabat in for the faceoff. Faceoff won by Aceto. Comes around far side. Grabbed by Nucci. Nucci sends this out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Wood. He dumps this in. Caught right away by Nucci. Nucci bringing this puck back out. Checked into the boards by Brewer. Puck goes all the way down. Played on by Lee. Back there. Aceto out in front. Nucci shot. And a goal! Utica Junior Comets' 5th goal scored by number 91, whom I'm led to believe is Dominic Nucci, assisted by number 87, Connor Aceto. 91 from 87, time of the Utica Junior Comets goal, 10-16 of the third period, and they lead 5-4. Aceto with the faceoff against Janik. Janik wins, and Ontario dumps his puck all the way down. Back to play it is LeBeuf. LeBeuf sends this up along the near boards. Dumped back in by Moses. Picked up by Janik. Center point. Shot save made. Rebound collected by LeBeuf. Tries clearing another shot. Another save. And that comes off of Narcissus' leg into the slot. And Narcissus lost his catching glove. Don't want to see him catching a slap shot with a bare hand because he would do it because he's a goalie, and goalies are insane. You have to be a goalie. The only thing more insane than a goalie is a goalie parent. Drew Main takes a face-off against Colin Moses. Puck dumped in on the far side. Verano gets a piece of it. Weaver able to get this out. Now it gets dumped back in by Ontario. Van Wee sends this behind that for Rocco. Rocco over for Verano. Verano couldn't catch it. Puck picked up by Piette. He fires this in on the near side. Puck comes up and Verano gets this out through the neutral. Tomek takes it back. Tomek into the offensive end. Little drop pass for Bisky Casco. He's taken out of that play. Puck comes across the slot. Sent back towards the point. Stopped by Hinman. Hinman hits Drew Main. Drew cuts over the center line. Drew over into the offensive end. Drops his back for Verano. Verano not in a good position. Hinman backhand. Gets blocked by Tomek. Tomek moves his puck up. Chad Hull sends this back into the corner for Verano. Verano short side shot. Back behind. And Hinman not able to bury on the far post. Wide open net, and he went wide. Swing and a miss by Tomek. Drifts his way out into the middle. Moses picks it up. Moses going in. Moses trying to cut in front of Hull. Moses with the shot sails over the net. Chad Hull picks it up on the near side of the trapezoid, skates out through the face-off circle on the far side. Now he's going to calm things down just a little bit. 5 minutes to go in this game. Utica leads 5-4. Chad Hull turns this back up, stopped by Manuel Beaudoin. Now it's fired forward by Adam Wood to Janik. Janik gets this up to Piette. Piette shot save made by Narchis. Rebound collected by Tyler Main. Tyler tries clearing this up into the neutral zone. Knocked down by OHA. Now finds its way to James Wood. Jimmy Law, not Wood. Jimmy Law. Fires this puck taken away by Janik, sends this into the trapezoid. Loshing grabs it there, fires this around, goes off of Rocco Weaver. Aiden Van Wees back in his own zone to pick this puck up, fires it back into the neutral zone for Tyler Main. Tyler sends this behind Jimmy. Jimmy can't catch it, and Wood picks this up off the boards. Adam Wood drops this back up high. Tyler Main there to get it, brings this in deep. Tyler has his pocket picked at the trapezoid. Manuel Beaudoin takes that puck away. Here comes Janik into the neutral zone. Pass up for Brewer. Swatted at by Aiden Van Wee. Loose puck drifts into the trapezoid. Rocco fires it back on the near side. Picked up by Campbell at the top of the face-off circle. Campbell to Aceto. Aceto leads it for Campbell. Campbell crosses into the offensive end. Loshing able to get this out. Weaver fires it in. Utica's got to check up on sides. Less than 4 minutes to go in this game. Here comes that kid fires this up. That was Loshing. In the middle, Kakabat shot off the glove of Narchis into the netting. Didn't that hit the netting? That should have been a whistle. Perhaps these refs have a lunch date. If they're paying, I'll go. Nooch dumps that in and absorbs a soft check from Morton Loshing. Puck in the corner. And OHA is starting to play with a little bit of frantic. Janik shot, blocker save, centering pass, and trailing behind Kakabat, not able to get the blade of his twig onto the biscuit. Puck comes up, held in by Tomek. Kakabat with it, goes to the middle, that goes off of Nooch's leg into the neutral zone. Kicked forward by Campbell. Campbell hits the center line, dumps that puck in, slowed down by Ocean Lee, leaves that puck for Bisky Casco. Casco passes across, intended for Tomek. Tomek never moved towards the puck. Grabbed by Verano. Verano to Van Wee. Van Wee over to Weaver. Weaver up to Verano. Verano sends this puck down. You call it icing? Wait, Verano, he was right here at the S with the puck. Oh, these officials are getting worse. Faceoff comes all the way back, and that gets knocked out of play. Well, the clock is still moving. I don't know that anybody notices it. Now they notice. They're going to move it back up to 2010. It really could be at like 223. So the clock operator doesn't exactly know how to change the time, so he's just not going to start the clock for about 10 seconds. And now the clock has been restarted. Drew Main coming out with this puck. Over the blue line, pulls us into middle. Nice toe drag, another shot. See, Main, rebound, backhand, misses, goes back behind the net. Drew's still there battling. Wrap around Aceto, Hinman shot, save. Hinman again goes high, drops off the glass. Verano picks us up at the hash marks on the far side. Loses that puck to Oliver Janik. Puck comes into the middle. Hinman turns, rips it, goes off the leg of Adam Wood into the corner. Check applied. Colin Moses picks up this puck. Pass into the middle. Comes back to Moses. Moses dingles, dangles, centers this. Goes off the leg of Janik back behind the net. And that is covered up in front by Jackson Narcis with less than a minute and a half to go in this 1-goal lead for the Utica Junior Comets with 5 goals to Ontario Hockey Academy's 4 goals. 1:26 remaining in regulation. Baudouin facing off against Carpenter. Baudouin moves that puck forward, dances over towards the slot. Loose puck gets sent out high. Loshing misses it. He's going to chase after that puck into neutral and fakes a pass to the D to try to get Law to commit. Sends this up for Diete, and an open net goal scored by Carpenter. Utica Junior Comets empty net goal scored by number 16, Jack Carpenter, unassisted. Number 16, unassisted. Time of the Utica Junior Comets goal, 15:50, 15:50 of the third period. And the Utica Junior Comets lead 6-4 over the Ontario Hockey Academy. Final minute of play. 1 minute remaining. Baudouin passes his puck over for Janik. Janik misses it and has given up. Puck goes to the far side. Tyler Main trying to get that puck out. Moves past Moses, comes into the middle, and Baudouin misses that puck, and that gets deflected out of play. We'll have a face-off in the Utica zone with 40 seconds to go. How's it going? 40.6 seconds remain. Utica 6, Ontario 4. Moses in for the faceoff for Ontario, facing off against Drew Main. Extra attacker on. The goalie has been pulled as Ontario is going to try to score 2 goals with an empty net. Tomek shot, save made by Narcis. Puck goes over to the far side. Loshing trying to play that forward. Puck comes back for Baudouin. Baudouin can't play it. Backy fires this. Oh, it's the post, and it comes back out. Drew Main over to battle for 23 seconds. Puck goes back into the trapezoid. Tobias Tomek passes this over for Baudouin. Baudouin fires this puck up. Moses catches this in the neutral zone. Stopped at the blue line. Loshing there. Loshing shot wide. Wrapped around on the far side. Tomek picks this up at the point. Fires in towards the goal. Glove save by Jackson Narcis with 3.1 seconds to go. Very even game, 34-33 shots on goal in favor of Ontario Hockey Academy. Goals 6-4 in favor of the Utica Junior Comets. 3.1 seconds to go. Colin Aceto facing off against Oliver Janik. There's the face-off. Puck gets sent all the way down, and that'll do it. And this game ends in a Utica Junior
Comets victory as they split the weekend series with OHA 1-1. OHA won by 2 yesterday, 6-4, and Utica wins today, 6-4. From the Utica University Nexus Center, the Mastro Vito Hyundai Rink #1. This is the Utica Junior Comets victorious over the Ontario Hockey Academy by a score of 6-4. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day, make it a great day. Please remember to subscribe.